Well, can I start by saying a huge thank you for your support for the David Bowie statue.
You're welcome.
I remember you turned up on that Saturday just after he died when we had that event underneath the arches.
Yep.
And, you know, you gave us your support then by turning up, and I think I played a request for you. I'm not quite sure which one it was, but maybe you remember, I don't know. And then after that, you wrote to the Bucks Herald, which was extremely kind of you. And that was really pivotal, because that's what really tipped us into saying, right, let's do this, you know. And that letter in the Bucks Herald was really, really important to us. So I want to say a big thank you to you for that. When you were developing your musical career, were you influenced by Bowie? Was that a factor?
Yeah, I mean, everybody was in the 70s. Everybody at school was listening to Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. And I never really got that. I'd sort of really got into hunky dory, and for me that had something about it. It was just incredible. And then the kind of rockist thing, much more rockist thing he had going on Ziggy, it didn't quite do it for me really. I found it all a little bit one-dimensional compared to hunky dory, which was almost like a symphony. But there's no getting away from the guy as a performance artist, and you know the way he would shed a persona and a musical style with it and move on was so brave, so incredibly brave. Not a lot of people have got the guts to do that. People are usually too insecure to do that, but I think he was very, very secure in his own talent, or maybe he just didn't think too much about the money. Maybe it was just all about the creative process for him. But he was a huge influence. Everything about him really. Still listening to him now, you know.
Of course, yeah, we all are. So you write all the lyrics for Marillion. Do you ever use the Bowie technique? We used to write down words and phrases on bits of paper and then move them around.
No, I'm really familiar with that, and everybody talks about it. And then, at one point he used to tear up as a newspaper and stuff, didn't he? And just pull out interesting words. I guess you can do that digitally now, can't you? Just by
I guess so.
Going on BBC.com, and you probably write a program that pulls out random words. But I've never yet resorted to that. I've never been quite desperate enough. You know, I've usually had trains of thought already going on, but there's still time. I mean, feeling quite desperate at the moment.
Well, I just want to say a big thank you for doing this concert to this Sunday. As you probably know, we're still £45,000 short of breaking even on the statue project.
Oh, I've got that somewhere, David.
But Marillion very kindly said you'll do this show for expenses, which I really, really appreciate.
Really? Good God.
And, you know...
We probably had a few.
Yeah, it's really good of you to do that. It's actually interesting because, you know, we put Marillion on twice at Friars in recent years, and Prog magazine voted at the Waterside the second best prog venue in the country. The Royal Albert Hall was #1,
right,
and the Waterside was #2, and it was because of you and King Crimson that we put on, you know, in the last couple of years, and it's just amazing.
So now you're prog.
Yeah, and we're a prog venue. So what do you think of the Waterside as a venue?
Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, how many times have I been there now? 2 or 3. Once to pop in. Who did I see in there? I can't remember. And I think we've done it twice, haven't we? Done it twice?
Twice, yeah.
No, it's lovely. It's a nice stage, nice auditorium. Sounds good in there. Yeah, I love it.
And this concert is sort of unique in a way because it's all the Aylesbury bands that have made it, if you like, all playing together. You've got John Otway, you've got Howard Jones and yourselves. And so we tried to make it an Aylesbury concert. But there are interconnections, aren't there? Because you and Otway have a connection with the Europeans, I think.
Yeah, the band my first sort of proper pro band was a band called the Europeans, and we made a couple of albums for A&M Records. And at some point, I don't know how we ran into Otway. I think we opened for him a couple of times, and on university gigs and whatnot. And at some point he parted company with Willie, and he approached us and asked us if we'd make an album with him. He decided he wanted to make a more rock and roll album than just him on his own. So we made an album called All Balls and No Willie with him, which I don't know if he ever paid us. Whenever I see him, I said, "Did you ever pay us for that album, John?" But we did that, and then we went on tour as well with him, and we were the band behind the curtain. And he did these gigs where he would stand out front, and they'd got a white sheet behind him which was backlit, so our silhouettes were on the sheet and we were playing. So we were anonymous. We were the band behind the curtain, and we performed that all that material from the album like that.
Amazing, amazing.
He's full of ideas, John.
Yeah, when here we are together on the same stage next Sunday.
It's always good to see him. He's
absolutely.
brilliant.
Yeah.
I think Pete's girlfriend went out with John.
Is that right?
Another
connection.
I could be wrong about
that. Yeah, another connection. And then Howard Jones is playing as well. I don't know, have you ever seen Howard live?
Not full on. No, I did a funny little gig for the is it for the FAC, the Featured Artists Coalition?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Had a Christmas party, and he got up and did a couple of songs, piano and voice, and he was really good. And then I got up and did a duet with Sandy Shaw, and that was dreadful. So.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the only time I've been on a stage with Howard.
Yeah.
But we said hi, and we had a chat. Seems like a nice chap.
Yeah, no, he's
good to
great.
see him.
He's a great piano player too. You know, which a lot of people don't realise, but he's a real classically trained piano player. And in fact, in the early days, he used to support Marillion in the early days when I was managing Marillion. Back in the day, we used to have Howard as the support act because he didn't take up much space because he was a one-man.
That's still to this day our main criterion for an opening act. You know. If they got any, yes, tell them they can't do it.
Yeah, and
bloke with a kazoo, ideal.
And the opening band on Sunday are the Dung Beatles. Unfortunate name in my view, but they're very, very good. And they even do like Sgt. Pepper and Abbey Road live, totally live, and really, really good.
Oh, I look forward to that.
Yeah, three-piece brass section. Okay, well, we're very much looking forward to your performance this Sunday.
Me too.
At the Waterside, the 25th of March. And we're unveiling the statue at 2 o'clock. We hope you'll join us for that as well.
I'll be there.
Yeah. Can we expect any surprises in your set, do you think, this Sunday?
Yeah, there'll probably be something that we don't normally knock through.
Keep the suspense going there. I must say, you know, I've seen a lot of bands in my time, as you can imagine. It's our 50th anniversary next year.
You've seen them all, haven't you, man?
Yeah. But you are one of the most intense performers I've ever seen, and amazingly talented.
Thank you very much.
We're very much looking forward to Sunday, and I'll have a tequila with you. Thanks very much, Steve.
You're very welcome.